Neighborhood of $20 million, $29 million on the table basically all summer. They haven't come to agreement yet. Contracts can't be signed after September 15th, so it's now or never.
They got to get something done. Taylor Hall got something done in a big way. $6 million a year. He's pretty happy. He's going nowhere. Speaking of happy guys, a legend in journalism in this country, Mr. Red Fisher, turns 86 today. Happy birthday, my friend.
You're looking more like your old self, Charlie. I'm dead.
If you're sticking around, it's usually for a reason.
Why isn't he waking up?
You're on the verge of saying it. Why won't you wake up?
Because I don't want to wake up! CTV Saving Hope, tomorrow at 9/8 Central.
Braves and Giants at 8 on TSN2. You're watching TSN, Canada's sports leader, a division of Bell Media.
Venezuela's Jhonattan Vegas has been rolling in the dough since coming to North America, winning on the PGA Tour and last year's Skins Game in Canada. Vegas's hot roll continued in Halifax. Vegas, Skin City. 5 skins and the lead after the first day. TELUS World Skins. Day 2 is next on TSN.
Sorry, girl.
This is TSN Championship Golf. The city by the sea, Halifax, Nova Scotia, home to the 2012 TELUS World Skins Game. A little northeast of Halifax, Glen Arbour Golf Course. Spectacular scenery, great day. Day 2 of competition. 20th anniversary of the TELUS Skins Game in Canada. And last year's champion, Jhonattan Vegas, is the leader after day 1. 5 skins, $85,000. Stephen Ames, Lucas Glover, Paul Casey, all with 1 skin. Carl Pettersson, the goose egg right now. With more, here's Bob Weeks and Laurie Kane.
Thanks, Rod. Well, Laurie, day 1, lots of excitement. Birdies, an eagle. 4 of the 5 players got on the board. All in all, a pretty eventful day.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that one gentleman's probably wanting to get off to a big start today, and that's Carl. Being shut out yesterday, will have his work cut out for him to get going.
All right, and on day 2, this golf course is more of the same here at Glen Arbour. We saw lots of hills and ups and downs. I think that's what we're going to see again in day 2.
Yeah, very scenic back 9. It kind of shapes its way around the lakes, so very picturesque, pleasing to the eye. But again, up and down. We'll see it all day, and the guys will take advantage of that. Okay, and
nobody took more advantage of the distance off the tee, obviously, than Jhonattan Vegas. The greens are silky smooth here. Guys were rolling it in, but Jhonattan Vegas off the tee, my goodness. Some of those long bombs. Will he be able to take advantage again today?
Yes, right off the bat, the 10th hole will be, I think, to his advantage. There'll be several other par 4s on the back 9 that I think he'll just cut over the corners of trees and have possibility of driving the greens. And then the par 5s, they will be very reachable for him.
All right, lots of fireworks on day 1, Rod. More expected today.
Can't wait, Bob. Laurie, clear blue skies here. Carryover from yesterday, so the first hole, the 10th, worth $40,000. You can see in the other denominations of the players' respective nationalities. So here we go. 40 grand, 2 skins on the line. On the 10th hole, the par 4, a dog leg left here at Glen Arbour. Good starting hole to get us going on day 2. Let's go down to the 10th tee box and join Bob Weeks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 2 of the TELUS World Skins Game here in beautiful Halifax. Let's meet our competitors. Our leader after day 1 from Venezuela, Jhonattan Vegas. Jhonattan, you obviously were the big winner on day 1. What was the reason? What worked for you yesterday?
I was just making a lot of putts, and in this kind of game, you got to do that. So hopefully we can continue doing that today.
All right, get it started.
Thank you. Huh? Making a lot of putts. You drove every par 4 green.
Had a few putts.
A few, yeah.
Well, Johnny Vegas did drive.
Play on. Have fun. Stephen, Paul, Carl, good luck. Yeah.
A 390-yard par 4, the 9th hole. Expect some more long distance today.
It could be out of bounds. Get down. Get down.
Oh, wow. I think that's probably
Okay. Thank you.
Next on the tee from England, Paul Casey. Paul, you had a chance to see the back nine this morning in the Pro-Am. Tell us what you think. Birdie opportunities aplenty?
Plenty. If you're Johnny Vegas, every hole's a birdie hole for Johnny. It's a little different from the front. I think it's a slightly tougher nine. There's probably some options off the tee. I mean, maybe we hit a lot of drivers yesterday. Maybe you see guys lay up, and maybe we start to get serious. And okay, that's a no then.
All right, good luck.
Oh my gosh. Huh? That was a good one. Serious.
Yeah. Serious game.
Well, it is a serious game, but this for serious money. A lot of laughs out here. 5 entertaining lads. Stung and down the left side.
Next on the tee from Canada, Stephen Ames. Big round of applause here, Stephen. Can you ride the support of this home country fans to victory here this afternoon?
No, I think I'm just going to ride some of Johnny's drives.
All right, Stephen, keep it up.
We're going to play Shamble today. We should. That'll be fun, wouldn't it?
Well, Johnny Vegas's legend continues to grow in his length off the tee. Stephen Ames trying to keep pace. 1 skin on the board after day 1.
Next on the tee from the United States, Lucas Glover. Lucas, we know there's money on the line here. There's money for charity, but are there also bragging rights here?
Yeah, these guys hadn't talked to me in like 2 hours.
All right, well, let's see if you can get them to talk about this drive.
The 1 eagle yesterday came from Lucas Glover. Fans like it.
And representing Sweden, Carl Pettersson. Carl, we know from your 60 at the Canadian Open that you're a second half kind of guy. Can you turn it on here in the second half of the TELUS World Skins game?
Yeah, I sure hope so. Hopefully yesterday was just a warm-up, and I look forward to getting some skins today.
All right, get started.
Canadian Open champion back in 2010.
Think they have any rules?
Trying to avoid the dreaded donut. Nothing to show yet. Gets the bounce, gets the roll,
Speed slot. See it?
and away they go.
I turned away. I wasn't sure. I gotta say hi to my wife. Sorry.
All right, Stephen, you go do that.
It's like the only time we've been playing after Johnny Vegas. You notice that?
Long climb here up the 10th fairway to the 10th green. Carryover into the second day. 40,000 on the line. Welcome, everyone. Day 2 of the TELUS World Skins Game.
The 2012 TELUS World Skins Game is brought to you by TELUS. The future is friendly. And by the new VRS clubs from Nike, our fastest family ever.
Rubber was a revolution in the core of the golf ball. Rubber was the promise of more distance, more spin, more wins. But rubber was. Because the next revolution is resin.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor, created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers, like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt. And so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate, like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
Something unpredictable and outstanding happens in sports. SportsCenter takes you beyond the game with all the news and highlights and the most comprehensive insight and analysis in Canada. Day in, day out, SportsCenter delivers the perspective you need. From our ultimate insiders to the most exciting top 10 moments in sports. Our team has you covered. SportsCenter on TSN. Your game lives here.
Welcome back to Glen Arbour Golf Course, northeast of Halifax. Par 72. Course designer Graham Cook. Superintendent Mike DeYoung, who has done a super job getting this golf course ready for 5 of the best players. 20th anniversary of this great event in Canada, and Greg Norman had one of the highlights back in 1997. Picked it clean off the cart path. An absolute beauty from the Shark at Whistler. Now back down to the second shots here on this 10th hole. 2 skins on the line. $40,000. Stephen Ames will be first to play. Lori?
Stephen has 112 to the flag uphill into the wind. And this little pin is sitting about 9 from the left. And it's going to take, it's probably a good wedge for Stephen.
Oh, there's mud on the ball there. Sit in. It's squirted like that. That might be
Zap it before you call.
Oh, you got it.
Lucas, myself, then. Oh.
Vegas just has 98 yards left, Rod, and a good angle to come in and attack this pin, which is way up on the top shelf, tucked back left. You want to make sure you get all the way up there, or you will be all the way back down.
Do we allow?
And that. Here it comes.
Let me check.
And that's the danger of this pin position here.
Huh?
Lucas Glover getting a drop from some ground interfere.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
But I really did drop it closer.
Actually, Bob, I think it's a plugged ball.
Plugged in the front of a divot, it looked like. Yeah, you're right.
89 hole. That's adjusted.
Lucas is ready.
Bringing this one in low. One skip.
Hey, look.
I think Paul's playing.
Paul Casey helping out with the divot collection there, Laurie. That's,
Friendly Englishman.
yes.
Paul has, I think, about 70 yards. This is the type of shot with this pin location that it's better to bring it in a little bit flat, not too high, because it'll be affected by the wind, as we saw with Johnny's. Settle. Run up quick and get a mark on that.
Carl Pettersson just 77 yards, Rod.
Two great shots in there with some spin. First Paul Casey and then Carl Pettersson, native of Gothenburg, Sweden, lives now in the United States. And look at how his bank account has swelled through the years. Over $18 million. 5 PGA Tour victories, including Canada, St. George's Golf Club in Toronto 2 years ago. Birdie on 13 for Carl Pettersson. Then the next hole.
Big chance here.
Again.
Right in the middle.
He had it going in every way possible. The putter, the approach shots. Great action on the ball again. Led to the Canadian Open Championship. Then this year in Harbortown, final round 69. 5-shot victory over Zach Johnson. When he gets it going, Carl Pettersson is a force. And again, has had some great memories of Canada 2 years ago, but so far this trip has nothing to show for it, but we are early on day 2 of the TELUS World Skins Game. Johnny Vegas, his ball spinning off the green. So his third shot, little chip here just on the cut. And so close. 4 not good enough on this hole, though.
That ball broke a lot. Bad read.
And Laurie, Stephen Ames, this is not an easy shot here.
No, it's not. He's probably going to, I think, go up in the air with a little bump, probably to the high part of the fringe. And just let the slope take it down.
Good side, a little shiny.
It's got a little shine. You can see it from the other side. Oh, this is nifty.
Great touch.
Getting congratulations there from Carl Pettersson. I think everybody knows how impressive that shot was.
Absolutely.
And so bold, he's even going to use his wedge to finish things off. Now Lucas Glover. Do you see much in this putt, Laurie?
Obviously, with the slope back to front, I played outside left and let the hill do the work. That was a good effort.
And now Carl Pettersson, and we can be sure that Paul Casey will be keeping a good eye on this one.
Absolutely.
Right on the same line. Again, I don't think there's too much in this.
No.
So now the door opens up for Paul Casey.
Yeah, I think Carl pulled that, so I think Paul will get that read.
Lucas Glover, no longer a factor here. Picks up his mark, and now it's all on Paul Casey.
Inside, right, and firm.
For $40,000. No.
Good try. Man, move.
Just moved.
Guys.
The last second.
Left to center. I must have pulled it.
So no damage there.
I hit my strike.
Hole is halved. $40,000 becomes $60,000 on the next hole, the 11th, at the TELUS World Skins Game from Glen Arbour.
A cure in my lifetime would mean the world to me. I was 11 years old when I found out I had diabetes. I was really scared. So the two questions that I asked my mom were, am I gonna die and will I be able to dance again? The BANT app helps you take care of your diabetes. It's great for TELUS to have so much involvement with it. Diabetes isn't this humongous part of you. It's something that you have, it's not who you are.
I'm bound to thank you for it. Na, 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 na.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor. Created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers. Like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt. And so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate. Like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
The VRS driver was designed to hit the ball as far as possible. That's why the engineers who designed it focused their efforts on the one part of the club that actually hits the ball.
Vancouver Golf Course. Coquitlam, BC is the home of the 2012 Canadian Women's Open. LPGA stars meet in the Lower Mainland hoping to capture one of the marquee events of the season. World number one Yanni Sang leads a strong field chasing defending champion Brittany Lincecum.
To be 13 under. Gorgeous up and down.
CN Canadian Women's Open starts tomorrow at 2 on TSN with rounds 3 and 4 on CBC.
You're looking more like your old self, Charlie. I bet.
If you're sticking around, it's usually for a reason.
Why isn't he waking up?
You're on the verge of saying it. Why won't you wake up?
Because I don't want to wake up! CTV Saving Hope, tomorrow at 9/8 Central.
2012 marks a milestone, the 100th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic off the Atlantic coast, one of the three cemeteries that is is home to those who perished. April 15th, 1912. Here in Halifax. We welcome you back to the TELUS World Skins Game. Day 2 of play. Second hole of day 2, 11th hole, now worth $60,000. 3 skins. Straight ahead hole. 181 yard, par 3. And the leader of the Skins Game so far still has the honor, Jhonattan Vegas.
Houston. Come on.
We're going to do them all after. Okay?
There you go. Ready?
Can't start a trend now, sorry.
Somebody stole my tea as well?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh. Thank you, Paul. How do we you?
Here you go.
Paul Casey.
That's fine there.
Yeah, so fine.
Even helping out with the tees.
Nothing cool on this.
And Johnny Vegas won't need his big cannons on this hole here, Rod, but he dialed in his irons as well yesterday.
Hello.
See if you can do it again on this par 3. Or just a bit of breath of wind here on the tee you can feel.
I've been told Johnny has a 7-iron.
Go ahead, John.
On your time, K-Hop.
Opposite day.
I'm here on good side right now.
See it? Yeah, it's really good with sunburn. Look out for those divots.
Yeah, with the divot.
Yeah.
They're already going to get deeper.
Nicely done there. And
Yeah, you're right about that.
you hit a 7-iron from 181, don't you, Laurie? These
I think
guys
my
are,
7-iron has a head cover on it.
these guys are in a
Pelted with divots.
different game.
We'll let Lucas do that.
And now Paul Casey, they're actually
kicker,
commenting on the
Steven, you know that.
size of the divots that Jhonattan just took.
Scraper.
Well, if Jhonattan hit 7, I'm assuming that Paul would be about the same.
Hang on.
That one's out to the left.
I'm trying to cut it, and I failed to cut it.
Just on the front corner. And now Stephen Ames.
This should fit his shot pretty good. I think he likes to hit a little cut. He hit it straight at it with that.
And he must be going to try and really work it because he's hitting an 8-iron.
Oh.
Easy.
It's also a bit left of the flag.
I know you want to follow me, but
I think we're getting fooled by this wind. It's actually coming off the right at the green.
At the tee, there's almost nothing. It's just still here, but definitely some breezes out there. Now Glover. A few guys who doesn't wear a glove anymore on the PGA Tour.
Same shot. More than anything, did I?
Carl Pettersson will try and learn from those previous 4.
He learned. Hold up there.
He learned.
Oh.
Be good.
Very good line.
Shot, CP.
Very good shot. Carl Pettersson trying to get on the board here. $60,000 on the line. A lot of money for the players, but way more money for charity here at the TELUS Skins Game. Here's Bob.
This year marks the 20th anniversary of the TELUS World Skins Game. And for the first time, Halifax, Nova Scotia will host the prestigious event at the world-class Glen Arbour Golf Course. Since 2001, TELUS has been the title sponsor of the event, and they made a significant impact to local charities across Canada. This year, TELUS selected the IWK as the benefiting charity of the 2012 TELUS World Skins Game. As part of TELUS's ongoing commitment to give where we live, TELUS is pleased to support the IWK Health Centre Foundation and help thousands of maritime families receive the critical and specialized health care they need. Since starting as title sponsor of the TELUS World Skins Game back in 2001, TELUS has contributed more than $10.4 million to a wide variety of philanthropic initiatives.
I would like to sincerely thank TELUS for naming the IWK Health Centre the charitable recipient of this event. Funds raised through this event will help the IWK Health Centre continue its excellence in care for women, children and families of the Maritimes. A sincere thank you. Inpatient visits to the IWK Health Centre, 16,136. Days spent by inpatients at the health centre, 75,684. The babies born at the IWK Health Centre, 4,917. Visits to the emergency department, 27,101. Pediatric day surgery cases, 3,637. Registered outpatient visits, 205,805.
TELUS's gift will fund essential programs to ensure the IWK provides specialized health care right here in the Maritimes. Wondering how you can help? TELUS has just launched a campaign. When you buy any new TELUS smartphone in Halifax, TELUS will give $25 to the IWK Health Centre Foundation.
Thank you again to TELUS. And you can see so many people out here. They've already started to make their way to the 12th tee, thinking that this might be carried over again.
We're good to go, guys.
$60,000 here, available to the outright winner. Will we have an outright winner here on this 11th hole? Stephen Ames to play first here, and once again, let's go greenside with Bob Weeks and Laurie Kane.
Stephen faces about a 45-foot putt straight down hill, and it will break to his left. I was on the green with him earlier, and we were working on, or he was working on a stroke. A little pop action he likes, and that's what he'll need out of this roll.
These greens are quick, and a lot quicker than what these guys have been playing. A couple of them have told us that anyway. And certainly coming downhill, it's not going to be easy to stop these near the cup.
That's right. Past the hole, it's the rollout that determines a great green complex. Mike DeYoung should be very proud of what he's done here.
Sir.
Mike is the not only the superintendent, but the GM here. It's quite a role. Been involved for a long time at beautiful Glen Arbour here, and now Paul Casey.
Similar downhill, and it's going to come right to left. And maybe straighten up at the hole, actually.
Oh.
It's not moving.
Not bad on the speed, just a little bit of a misread.
I got that wrong.
Not 4 feet left to right.
No, it's not.
And now Jhonattan Vegas not too far off the line that Stephen Ames had.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. I got it out by 3 feet.
And again, a speedy one racing past.
Thank you. That's a little aggressive. You can't see how fast that is, can you? Wow. Until you hit it. It looks dark. Yeah, exactly.
Lucas Glover will probably go to school a little bit on what he saw from Paul Casey's putt.
washed mine and did the same thing.
Okay, Lucas.
How did it? Try to help you.
And the door
This is your chance,
is
Carl.
open finally for Carl Pettersson to get on the board.
I will go for the 2-putt.
Pettersson, the only one of this group that's won a tournament this year on the PGA Tour, took the Heritage, RBC Heritage, down at beautiful Hilton Head. Just enjoyed a wonderful year, a couple of runner-up finishes.
Thanks. Well done. That was a pressure putt.
That was pressure.
Okay, Carl Pettersson,
Thank you.
you are on the board.
All right, Carl, welcome to the party.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was a little nervous. I wanted to get a couple of skins, and it was fun making a 2 on this hole.
Now, did you go to school on the other guy's tee shots there because everyone seemed to be out to the left and you were the one right up close?
Yeah, the wind was quite strong right to left, so instead of hitting an 8-iron, I hit a cut 7 and kind of held it in there, so it was good.
All right, there's more out there.
All right, thanks.
One of the best shots so far here into day 2. Carl Pettersson puts it close, moves from last with 0 to second with $60,000. Onward, upward, 12th hole we go. $20,000 available at the TELUS World Skins Game.
Hey gang, how are you? Welcome back inside the SportsCenter newsroom. I'm Jennifer Hedger. We're getting ready for SportsCenter tonight, 10 Eastern time. Here is what's making news this hour. Blue Jays baseball in Detroit facing the Tigers. Bottom of the 3rd, Aaron Laffey snags a comebacker to second to first, double play. It's 1-0 Tigers, though, in the 4th. Hockey news, the Oilers have signed Taylor Hall to a 7-year, $42 million contract extension. Hall had 27 goals, 26 assists in 61 games last season. And ace starter Bartolo Colon has been suspended 50 games for testing positive for testosterone. This coming just a week after the Giants' Melky Cabrera was suspended for a positive test for the same substance. Jays outfielder Jose Bautista on track to return to the team on Friday, and the Nats say Steven Strasburg could miss his final 2 to 3 appearances. He is on a strict pitch count with that shoulder. We'll see you on SportsCenter.
Rubber was a revolution in the core of the golf ball. Rubber was the promise of more distance, more spin, more wins. But rubber was. Because the next revolution is resin.
Here in my lifetime would mean the world to me. I was 11 years old when I found out I had diabetes. I was really scared. So the 2 questions that I asked my mom were, am I going to die and will I be able to dance again? The Band app helps you take care of your diabetes. It's great for TELUS to have so much involvement with it. Diabetes isn't this humongous part of you. It's something that you have, it's not who you are.
I'm bound to thank you for it. Na, 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 na.
Saturday, MLS doubleheader action. First, a huge game at Saputo Stadium. Canadian star Dwayne De Rosario looks to keep DC United in the playoff hunt, but Montreal will be looking to make their own impact on the Eastern playoff race. Later, TFC hits the road to battle Houston. The Reds will be testy after the Dynamo marched into BMO Field and won 2-0 in July. Will revenge be in order? Montreal Impact, DC United, Saturday at 4. Houston Dynamo, Toronto FC, Saturday at 8:30. Presented by Kia.
First time the TELUS World Skins Game has come to beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia. Day 2. We move to the 12th hole, a par 5, 486 yards long. Deep climb, bunkers on the right-hand side. $20,000 available on this hole. Back down to 1 skin after Carl Pettersson just got the hat trick, 3 skins. So we move ahead here. A moment ago, the rocket launcher, Jhonattan Vegas. You can hear the reaction. Eventually it does come back into orbit, and there it is. And Lucas Glover was the only player to reach the green here on this par 5, his second shot. And that for eagle. Up near the green, Stephen Ames had a chance to discuss some of the greatest athletes.
Come on, Jordan.
Okay, Carl. Okay.
Second most recognized face in sport ever. Muhammad Ali.
Pele?
No, Muhammad Ali. Before Pele.
Yeah, you're fine.
Well, Carl's got a lot of room to work with here. It's a pretty good, decent lie here, so I expect this one he'll get fairly close.
Sit. Sit. Hold on. Sit. Good, really.
Again, Laurie, the run out on these holes is something you're not really expecting. I guess when you get a little downhill, even slightly downhill like that shot,
Nice shot, LG.
it's tough to keep it close.
Oh,
Yeah, for certain.
You need a spot on that?
Nah.
Pull, mate. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah,
This
don't do it
one,
again.
Laurie, not an easy one here.
No.
Thank you.
Due to the circumstances, this could go in.
It's been an adventure, hasn't it, for Paul Casey on this hole?
We call that the chunk and run. Good shot.
I don't think we need it, but thank you.
Paul, what are you putting for? Gotcha.
Good thing there.
Chip out or drop?
I hit my second shot backwards, I think.
Aha. Chip.
Yeah, she does. doesn't
I'll
she?
mark it.
Looked like you were at the open there.
Nice shot, Paul.
No, from that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Now Jhonattan Vegas in the bunker, and we'll see if he can get this one close.
Oh, good shot. Thank you.
Ames will try to replicate that one. Soft hands. Right in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Kind of two different
Right in the
approaches
hole.
to bunker shots there. Jhonattan was more a thump, and Stephen was a very soft,
Nice shot.
smooth swing.
Thank you, sir.
I tried.
Both ended up
Feel
pretty
like
good,
this
though. I
is
guess there's more than one way to do it, as they always
Absolutely,
say.
yes.
Trying to be like me?
Now Lucas Glover and Laurie Lucas was
Where are you
telling you that
putting
the
for
greens
birdie
are a lot
cut like
quicker
6
than they
inches off
were
your
playing
flag.
this morning.
And what we've been told is that Mike and his crew, while they played very early this morning, they'd be pretty dewy. So they gave them another roll and cut this afternoon. So the boys are just having to adjust.
Chip out until you play, which is why it took forever.
Come on.
Oh,
Good
nice
speed,
read.
Lucas.
Good speed. Bad race.
Good grief.
Okay.
Can I borrow your glasses, Carl?
Yeah, my Tom Kites.
Jeez.
What do you call them? Tom.
Wow.
Tom Kites.
Tom Kites. Oh.
He doesn't get TSN at home.
Again, Carl Pettersson, one of the few players who has worn glasses like Tom Kite in the past. Shades on here.
Carl Pettersson with that trusty long putter. He's used that for 15 years. He used that before he was a professional. He used it in college. He's one of the original long putter guys.
Yeah. And just
not working for him
edges it.
You got that.
Okay.
Rest of those guys were all huddled up and not paying attention, which was very interesting. And so now Lucas Glover will take a look at this putt. And again, an opportunity. This for birdie.
Funnier than me trying to putt.
Oh. And he too.
Oh my God.
Okay, put it in,
misses.
Stephen. Yeah, let's look good here.
So just when it was looking like we were on our way to another carryover, Pettersson miss, Glover miss. Stephen Ames makes.
Hold on. Great putt. I'm 48. You can't put me under the kind of pressure anymore.
Oh, you'll be all right.
And now to
Okay,
finish up for charity.
Go first thinking you're going to make it.
And a couple more birdies.
Stephen.
And another carryover.
Very firm.
Yeah.
As we head to the 13th hole here at Glen Arbour.
Thanks, Robert.
Pot increases, $25,000 a hole now. Next hole is worth $45,000 at the TELUS World Skins Game.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor, created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers, like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt. And so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate, like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
Rubber was a revolution in the core of the golf ball. Rubber was the promise of more distance, more spin, more wins. But rubber was. Because the next revolution is resin.
A cure in my lifetime would mean the world to me. I was 11 years old when I found out I had diabetes. I was really scared. So the two questions that I asked my mom were, am I gonna die and will I be able to dance again? The Band app helps you take care of your diabetes. It's great for TELUS to have so much involvement with it. Diabetes isn't this humongous part of you. It's something that you have, it's not who you are.
I'm bound to thank you for it. Na, 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 na.
Tomorrow, still getting it done at 40. AC has passed for over 300 yards in 6 straight.
Touchdown!
Henry Burris and the Ticats have lost 2, but a win in Montreal could tie them with the Owls. Then,
I'm a gunslinger.
Joey Elliott threw for 400-plus yards in just his 3rd CFL start. Now, he faces the league's top defense. The CFL on TSN kicks off tomorrow with the Ticats and Alouettes at 7, followed by Wendy's Friday Night Football. Lions, Bombers at 7:30.
Every day, something unpredictable and outstanding happens in sports. SportsCenter takes you beyond the game with all the news and highlights and the most comprehensive insight and analysis in Canada. Day in, day out, SportsCenter delivers the perspective you need. From our ultimate insiders to the most exciting top 10 moments in sports. Our team has you covered. SportsCenter on TSN. Your game lives here.
Another day in paradise in Atlantic, Canada, in the Maritimes, Halifax, Nova Scotia, home to the Lord Nelson Hotel, historic, beautiful, and the host hotel for the 2012 TELUS World Skins Game. Look at this lobby. Outstanding. As we head into the 13th hole, the par 3, worth 2 skins. Second day of play here. $45,000 up for grabs. Elevated tee box on this par 3. Jhonattan Vegas is still our leader. But the only player to skin so far today is Carl Pettersson. $1 million on this hole. Should someone ace it, TELUS will generously donate $1 million to the IWK Health Center Foundation. So Carl Pettersson has the tee box still. And may have cooked this one. And just a little long. Back of the green. Johnny Vegas now. Here's Bob.
I'll fix it. Nice to watch the camera. It's going to.
Rod, Johnny Vegas has a 7-iron here. Hole playing downhill. And not a lot of wind, Laurie.
No, I think there's something a little bit off the right, Bob. Maybe down a bit, tad, a little bit more than what we saw this morning when we were on the course.
Got it in the wind.
Wow. Yeah. We got 7. Oh, that went long.
And Paul Casey next. And of course, Paul Casey coming back from injury at the start of the year. Dislocated shoulder snowboarding. Sometimes you wonder if these guys maybe should just sort of sit in their lazy boy at home in the off season rather than doing all the stuff they do. But he's made a good recovery now, just trying to, as he says, work on a 2.0 swing.
I think they're trying to discuss what the wind's doing up there.
Could be good.
It's tough to feel it, isn't it? It really isn't. You're kind of in areas where you can't feel it, but you know it's there. I guess as a player, tough to trust it sometimes, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Sit down.
This one out to the left. That should feed down a little bit.
Oh, I didn't feel comfortable. I thought it was too much.
Yep.
Thanks.
Stephen Ames also with a 7-iron here, Laurie.
Absolutely, yeah. And if I were to play this shot with the 7-iron and I was Stephen Ames, I would be thinking a little bit of a cut to hold it against the wind that's coming across the right. He has this shot if he just will trust it.
Stephen always says he plays better when he visualizes the shot, doesn't think too much about it, just sees it in his head. That's a pretty good picture right there.
That's pretty good, yes.
Yeah, very good. Good shot, Stephen. Long?
12 feet short. Good shot.
Not bad. Not bad. Not
Now
bad.
Lucas Glover. Also coming back from
Come on,
injury.
Lucas.
Went to the first tournament of the year in Hawaii and injured his knee paddleboarding.
Very much up in the air.
Snowboarding and paddleboarding. I don't know what it is with these guys, but they're enjoying themselves in the off season.
They certainly love life.
And this is an 8-iron for Glover.
Turn. Turn.
No.
All right.
Right.
Just bounces into the gallery down the slope. Sun splash day today. Here in one of the most beautiful places in all of Canada.
In Nova Scotia, people navigate the sea and have mastered it under sail. Here they welcome larger-than-life visitors at sea. There is just something about Nova Scotia that keeps people coming back. Whether it's the amazing landscape carved by the sea or a view from every hole. It's just one of those places that you simply need to see for yourself.
You have got that right, Bob Weeks. Go to novascotia.com to learn more.
Palms. He always had clammy hands. Shake his hand on the first tee.
So is
and
Grant.
I'd have to dry my hand again before hitting it.
So is Grant. He's sweating.
Grant does.
Oh, yeah. Gibber and wreck. I might be down in that lake with that 6-iron.
Yeah, I chipped my 7, dude. Mind you, I hit 6 this morning and it was short.
Yeah, I hit 6 right in front of you.
Yeah.
That's
It was my first hole, and that's what I hit.
So our Fab Five,
Off yours, Paul, so I hit.
bit of a struggle here on this par 3.
Oh, yeah, that was there.
We've had some magical moments through the 20 years history of this event on some par 3s. Back to 2006, remember the hickory sticks? We went retro. Sergio Garcia with the wooden shaft.
Flag should be good. Here it comes. Oh, and it's got some up there. Oh, look at this. Could it be a cantaloupe?
Oh, that was spectacular. So much for technology.
Yeah.
And now Lucas Glover off that slope. Metal shaft. And that comes up a little bit short. And now
On me, Carl?
time to putt.
Probably me.
Okay.
Let's go down to Bob Weeks and Laurie Kane.
Is he gone?
Oh. Now, Lucas just hit, so.
Well, all these guys had a little trouble. They were walking down talking about the clubs they hit this morning in the Pro-Am to today. This afternoon, I should say, and the wind is switched on them. Carl Pettersson now. These guys aren't in too bad a position, not threatening by any means, but certainly closing in. Laurie, this is a putt for Paul Casey that's...
Yeah, Paul's probably has about 25 feet. Again, downhill towards that lake. I see it breaking about 3 feet. Right to left. Should start turning right there.
All right.
Good job.
Nice putt.
Stephen Ames wasn't too happy to see that one go in. He's in prime position here.
All right.
Well, that's what happens in a skins game.
Make it the half. What are you thinking?
Now Carl Pettersson, just off the back of the green.
Get in. Oh.
Call me.
Oh, man.
Good trouble.
Good try.
Good call.
Hold on, Carl. Man, I thought I had it.
I thought you did too. Hold on.
Great putt, Paul.
I look good.
Next up, Johnny Vegas will come down almost the same kind of path that Carl Pettersson did.
Fourth hole, you're already showing off.
It'll sort of slide over a ridge lorry and then kind of feed to the hole a bit.
Yeah, exactly. It should come back towards the...
Sure, just for you.
His front right of the hole. Or left, excuse me.
Get in the hole.
Go in the hole.
Just gonna put too much brake plate in there.
Yeah. It was funny, Paul, when I walked up to Paul and had a look at his putting. That's definitely one that I thought he could make. Not surprising.
Paul Casey is standing beside us with his fingers crossed here. Stephen Ames, the last man standing here with a chance to cut him.
Wow.
No Canada for Stephen Ames as Paul Casey steals the skins.
Thanks, Amesy.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Paul. Well, I don't think Stephen Ames was expecting that to make it in, but a very lovely putt there.
Thank you. No, Amesy, I came over here, and you know, you got to expect the worst, hope for the best. But he was completely thinking he had that for the win until I rolled mine in. So a little lucky. I screwed up the last hole and then rolled one in there, but back on the board, and I got the honor again.
The greens here are pretty speedy. I think they cut them between the Pro-Am this morning and your time here today. They're certainly slick, aren't they?
They are really slick. They're great. They should be proud of the greens they have up here. I mean, this is a wonderful golf course, but it's a treat to play on these. I haven't played on greens this fast in weeks. So all credit to the staff up here and the people at Halifax. They got a great golf course.
All right, more skins out there. Go get them.
Cool. Thanks, mate.
Oh, there is joy at Glen Arbour. The mighty Casey has holed out. Paul Casey, to the chagrin of Stephen Ames, moves up the leaderboard as we move to the 14th hole.
Rubber was a revolution in the core of the golf ball. Rubber was the promise of more distance, more spin, more wins. But rubber was. Because the next revolution is resin.
A cure in my lifetime would mean the world to me. I was 11 years old when I found out I had diabetes. I was really scared. So the two questions that I asked my mom were, am I going to die and will I be able to dance again? The BANT app helps you take care of your diabetes. It's great for TELUS to have so much involvement with it. Diabetes isn't this humongous part of you. It's something that you have. It's not who you are.
I'm bound to thank you for it. Na, 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 na.
The VRS driver was designed to hit the ball as far as possible. That's why the engineers who designed it focused their efforts on the one part of the club that actually hits the ball.
Saturday, MLS doubleheader action. First, a huge game at Saputo Stadium. Canadian star Dwayne De Rosario looks to keep DC United in the playoff hunt, but Montreal will be looking to make their own impact on the Eastern playoff race. Later, TFC hits the road to battle Houston. The Reds will be testy after the Dynamo marched into BMO Field and won 2-0 in July. Will revenge be in order? Montreal Impact, DC United, Saturday at 4. Houston Dynamo, Toronto FC, Saturday at 8:30. Presented by Kia.
Back on the 14th tee box, $25,000. Jhonattan Vegas leads right now by $25,000 over Carl Pettersson. This is a par 5, reachable, 14th hole. Lot of water. Lot of water. Don't go left. Here at Glen Arbour. And players already have teed off. See some of those target trees. The green here. This was Lucas Glover. He had the best drive of the bunch.
Oh.
Watch this one tumble.
Thank you. And you're liking that driver.
Beautiful.
Manipulate it to hit it solid.
And so the players getting ready for their second shot.
Yellow? Yeah.
All in the go zone.
Cleaning them now, right?
You can hear the players talking about cleaning
right? Yeah. Thank you.
now. And let's go down to Bob Weeks with more on that.
All the way down the hill? Yeah, I got it.
Well, just a little change in the rules halfway through. You can do these in a skins game. You can't do it normally, obviously, but the fairways have been proving pretty wet. So the guys were getting lots of mud on their balls, so they've decided to go to lift, clean, and place, just to make their shots a little easier. So you'll see them clean them up, and Laurie, Stephen Ames, I think, will be first to play.
Yes, he will, and Stephen has 213.
Just drives. Could be around.
I think he needs to decide which side of the tree he's going to go on.
Right to left line. Wind, isn't
Possibly right over it.
I got to play the same shot this morning. I think. Well, now it comes down.
And some wind definitely here, Laurie, as well, to contend with.
Yeah, I'm feeling it down.
Go one less. Oh, you're fine. I know. That's why I just changed. I can go, right? Thanks, sir.
I'm told Stephen has a 3-iron.
Interesting to see the club selection these guys have in their bag. 3-irons are pretty much obsolete for the amateurs in the game these days.
Not so much.
It's leaking a bit left.
Who's up next?
It stayed up, but it's not in position A.
Dude.
I thought it was up by the hill. The trees, right in my way.
Carl Pettersson. Carl Pettersson with a 6-iron from 206 yards. That's also heading a bit left. And just stays up.
Hang on. Okay, I'm here with Paul Casey, Bob, and I'm going to ask him to critique this shot for me.
Critique whose shot?
Yours. What are you going to do here?
What am I going to do here? I've just watched Stephen and Carl, and both of their shots looked like they got hit by the wind as soon as the ball got above the tree line here. And I'm looking at the water, which is to my left, and I'm trying to gauge the ripples, like I'm a sailor or something, I don't know.
And we're feeling it coming towards us, correct?
Yeah, so I got 209, I've got a 5-iron because it's hot, the ball's going a long way, and I'm going to try and cut this one and hold it against the wind. So basically go straight at the flag, play a cut, and it should stay dead straight.
All right.
Wish me luck.
First up, Lucas Glover, 199 yards left.
Straighten up. Straighten it up. Straighten it up. Attaboy, look at
Solid shot there.
What happened to going right of it? What's that? What happened to going right of it? I got scared. Pretty impressive there, buddy.
Okay, so Paul has a 5-iron.
Didn't know I could do that, did you?
And let's see if he can execute what he's just told us. Money.
As described, Lori, just as described.
Just like that.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, bud.
Dr. Bob Rotella always told me, Bob, that if I just pretended I was doing a clinic, I would never mess up.
He should be calling those shots all the time. And now, Jhonattan Vegas has only 174 yards left. He's in the rough. Just in the rough. And this is just an 8-iron. Just trying to gauge the wind here.
Ah, pulled it.
Left.
It's going left. You heard him say he pulled it.
Okay, so I have done some work with Dr. Bob Rotella, and Bob always told me that if I practiced like I was giving a clinic or played like I was giving a clinic, you'd never mess up. And so I think you just told us. And did you execute?
I did execute. And you're right, because one of the things I like to do with my caddy is verbalize it quite often, is tell my caddy what we're going to do with the shot, you know, and as specific as I can be. The more details you are, as you know,
Imagine the second shot if you're way back.
the more likely you are to pull the shot off.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a great example of it.
Perfect. Now knock in the putt.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Paul Casey Clinic here today.
Yeah, you pushed it perfectly.
Yeah, didn't think it.
Lucas Glover putting on a clinic there. Great approach into this par 5. Advantage Glover looking for another eagle here at Glen Arbour.
A cure in my lifetime would mean the world to me. I was 11 years old when I found out I had diabetes. I was really scared. So the 2 questions that I asked my mom were, am I going to die, and will I be able to dance again? The BANT app helps you take care of your diabetes. It's great for TELUS to have so much involvement with it. Diabetes isn't this humongous part of you. It's something that you have. It's not who you are.
I'm bound to thank you for it. Na, 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 na.
Rubber was a revolution in the core of the golf ball. Rubber was the promise of more distance, more spin, more wins. But rubber was. Because the next revolution is resin.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor. Created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers. Like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt. And so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate. Like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
Vancouver Golf Course. Coquitlam, BC is the home of the 2012 Canadian Women's Open. LPGA stars meet in the Lower Mainland hoping to capture one of the marquee events of the season. World #1 Yanni Sang leads a strong field chasing defending champion Brittany Lincecum.
To be 13 under. Gorgeous up and down.
CN Canadian Women's Open starts tomorrow at 2 on TSN with rounds 3 and 4 on CBC.
One of Canada's most historic sites in Halifax, the Citadel, formerly known as Fort George, and overlooking the old town clock, parting gift to the city by Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent. All part of the landscape famous landmarks here in Halifax, northeast of the city. We are at Glen Arbour. Day 2 continues of the TELUS World Skins Game. 14th hole, par 5. Third shots upcoming. And down going the slope, Stephen Ames. Laurie Kane is down there with Stephen.
Stephen has a little bit of a pitch shot. Now the thing going for him is he's back into the wind slightly. He'll just flip this up and let the green slope take it. Very nice.
Carl Pettersson has a similar kind of shot here, Rod. It's flop it up and let it run to the hole. Probably not as severe a slope that as Ames had to deal with, but same basic execution.
Set. Go. Okay. Good.
And now, Laurie, for the real adventure here, Jhonattan Vegas has a putt from the back of the green, top of the tee. It'll be interesting to see if he can get this one to stop anywhere close at the hole. Looks like it's going to have some speed on it.
It will, believe it or not, he's a little bit uphill the first 10 feet. And where he is right now is where it starts to go downhill. It's going to be left starting and right at the hole. I have putts like this. I tend to take aim it right at the middle.
Split the difference.
Split the difference. You're right though, Bob, it's all speed.
Go downhill from this point here. Should start picking up a little bit.
Go!
Well, he was fooled just like we were.
Yeah.
I expected that to race down to the hole.
Didn't think that was possible, Johnny. Steve. Huh. Tell me about it.
And then just got quick.
Oh, yeah.
Right after mine.
Tell me about it.
And you, I watched it this morning. Are we okay here?
We in the way?
You can do whatever you want.
We stand right here. Come on.
I know you can't see me.
Huh?
I know you know with this shirt on. And
It's like camouflage, pal.
I love it. Yeah.
You gonna watch that and wear it Thursday in Akron?
Yeah, I'm wearing it tomorrow.
You wear it tomorrow.
I was thrilled when I saw it.
Laurie, what do you see in this putt here?
Oh, I'm standing on the left side of the green, and I think it's coming towards me. Right to left from his right.
Right.
He has got that putter rolling.
Yeah. Good. Beauty. No, we got to find it.
Lucas may have the easiest of the 4, or the 5 of them, I should say.
Lucas.
Going uphill.
Lucas. Yeah, now you pull for me.
All right. 3 guys on his side for Eagle to carry the money over.
Find it.
No.
Wow.
Thank you.
you had it.
Hey. Try, Lucas. It was a good putt.
Thanks.
Good roll.
They'll finish up these putts, even though Paul Casey has won the skin. Birdies available for charity here.
Yep.
So they'll tidies those up.
They finish up the birdies. The eagle, though, from Paul Casey, all because of the called shot from the bunker. Fairway trap. And some magic from Paul Casey. Takes the skin for the win. And we move on to the 15th hole at the TELUS World Skins Game. Johnny Vegas and Paul Casey are tied atop the leaderboard.
cure in my lifetime would mean the world to me. I was 11 years old when I found out I had diabetes. I was really scared. So the two questions that I asked my mom were, am I gonna die and will I be able to dance again? The BANT app helps you take care of your diabetes. It's great for TELUS to have so much involvement with it. Diabetes isn't this humongous part of you. It's something that you have, it's not who you are.
I'm bound to thank you for it. Na, 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 na.
The VRS driver was designed to hit the ball as far as possible. That's why the engineers who designed it focused their efforts on the one part of the club that actually hits the ball.
It's about showing your true colors, uniting as one, leading, not following, standing up, giving back, coming together, reaching out, celebrating the love of the game, being a fan. It's about soccer. The MLS is on TSN and TSN2.
So far, so great. Look at all the money donated to the IWK Health Center Foundation. Thanks to the birdies and eagles. Pair of eagles, 17 birdies, plus the drive to donate dollars. Now we move to the 15th hole, the par 4, 345 yards. And this is right in Johnny Vegas's wheelhouse. Day one, we saw him drive a 390-yard green. See a dog leg left, chance to bullet it over those trees and possibly get very close to the green. Or if your name is Jhonattan Vegas, why not kill it and go after it? And this is what he did while we were away. Up it goes, down it comes, and Johnny Vegas has done it again. Vegas on the green. This was Stephen Ames. His second shot had to punch out. And has a birdie try. Let's go back to Bob Weeks.
Next up, Carl Pettersson, and Lord, that was a nice little shot by Stephen Ames to get on the green. Carl's coming in from a good angle here, but he is in the rough. Just 50 yards or so left to get it to the hole. I think all these players are still a little stunned about Johnny Vegas's drive, though.
Get in the hole. Go.
Might be a tad surprised with that coming out of the rough. It didn't release.
I thought it was better. I thought it was going to tumble.
No analogy. Lucas Glover next. That one released. Right up to the hole. Very nice. Paul Casey.
Yeah, sorry, Bob. Paul talked about these shots yesterday, where he likes to play his lob wedge a little bit back in his stance and just kind of pitch it. Picks a spot on the green and then let it release from there.
Going after it.
I got that wrong. Steven.
Nifty shot. Paul Casey.
Great shot, John. You too, buddy. Well done. Yeah, great drive. Almost made it.
Good tee shot.
Going for the back-to-back eagles or what?
Wow. I
Yeah.
actually thought I hit it closer than that. I played it pretty good.
I think you thought you were a couple feet, right?
I thought I was about 5, 6 feet by.
Yeah, I just kept going.
Yeah.
Everybody else kind of slowed down.
Well, Johnny Vegas has an eagle try, and Johnny Vegas burst onto the scene 2011 Bob Hope Classic. The rookie three-way playoff put his tee shot in the water. Vegas then recovered. Nice approach shot. Had to make this putt for his first ever PGA Tour victory in his first season on tour. Guess what? He can hit it deep, and he's a great putter. Eagle try here. Let's go down to Bob and Lori.
Lori, what do you see this putt up? Do you see coming uphill a little bit?
Yes.
At the start?
At the start. And then, you know, we're standing at the back of the green, and standing right here, I would say that this is going to move to the left, or to our left and his right.
There, Stevie.
Again, it's one of these putts, you know, it is for eagle. So you're going to get it up there.
I've been walking through this line.
And you can bet that he would love to make this.
Absolutely.
All the guys helping him out with a read as well.
Just left edge. Left edge? Ooh.
Oh.
You wonder if that's a little mind game right there.
Made it.
Ah. Just left.
Putt. Good putt. Good weight.
2 putts for a birdie on a par 4 is not usually too bad, Lori.
Did you read left edge there, Paul?
Left edge, Stephen Ames.
Yeah.
Stephen might have learned something here. Let's see. He's working on popping the stroke so he can release the putter.
That was a pretty good line, I think. Maybe a little more speed.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Got it to tie. Good. Hold it. I did. One left up there.
Now Carl Pettersson, who's got that putter anchored right up in his sternum. The one good thing about the long putters like that is you do get a consistent ball position.
And I think, Bob, to that point, that's one of the things. Not only is it anchored to your body, but it does repeat the ball position. In a short putter, you have to be cautious of that, or conscious of that, and that may very well be one of the
Cautious and conscious, I
Yes.
think. You're right.
one of the reasons we may not see them putting with it.
Well, it's interesting how, in fact, a guy like Carl Pettersson, who's used it for so long, and also how the rule would affect everyday golfers, average golfers who are using it if they ban it. It's one thing to ban it for PGA Tour pros, but for the weekend warriors out there, it might take a lot of enjoyment out of the game as well. It's a lot of consideration before they make a move on that.
Well done. Thank you.
One more putt here, Johnny
Johnny,
Vegas,
that's
even
good.
though it's not for
Thank
anything.
you.
You can help out, raise a little money here. $2,000 for the birdie.
Yeah, I mean, this has got it.
I love it in the short. I think it looks
So, money for the charity, but no skins. Carry it over, folks. Let's go to the drivable 16th hole. 50 grand on the line at the TELUS World Skins Game.
Hey gang, how are you? Welcome back inside the Sports Center newsroom. I'm Jennifer Hedger. We've got Sports Center in 1 hour's time. Here's what we're working on. Blue Jays playing in Detroit tonight, facing the Tigers. Top of the 6th, Edwin Encarnacion hits one to left. Andy Dirks misses the ball entirely. Rajay Davis scores. 2-1 Tigers. It's now 3-2 Detroit. Top 7, Yankees and White Sox, bottom of 1. Chicago threatening with runners on first and second, but Mark Teixeira, a nice leaping catch. That'll end the threat. 1-0 Chicago, bottom 3. Hockey news, Oilers have signed Taylor Hall to a 7-year, $42 million contract extension. Hall had 27 goals, 26 assists in 61 games last summer. And also in baseball news, former Cy Young winner Bartolo Colon has been suspended 50 games for testing positive for testosterone. Bad boy Bartolo. We'll see you tonight on SportsCenter.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. Gonna listen every day. Hang on every word you say. Hey, I'll be your dream come true. Always be there for you. Always be there for you. Always be there for you.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor, created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers, like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt, and so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate, like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
The VRS driver was designed to hit the ball as far as possible. That's why the engineers who designed it focused their efforts on the one part of the club that actually hits the ball.
Vancouver Golf Course. Coquitlam, BC is the home of the 2012 Canadian Women's Open. LPGA stars meet in the Lower Mainland hoping to capture one of the marquee events of the season. World number 1 Yanni Sang leads a strong field chasing defending champion Brittany Lincecum.
To be 13 under. Gorgeous up and down.
CN Canadian Women's Open starts tomorrow at 2 on TSN with rounds 3 and 4 on CBC.
Every day, something unpredictable and outstanding happens in sports. SportsCenter takes you beyond the game with all the news and highlights and the most comprehensive insight and analysis in Canada. Day in, day out, SportsCenter delivers the perspective you need. From our ultimate insiders to the most exciting top 10 moments in sports. Our team has you covered. SportsCenter on TSN. Your game lives here.
$50,000, 2 skins, 16th hole. Tension mounts here at Glen Arbour at the TELUS World Skins Game. 309-yarder. Drivable, but there are some obstacles in the way, particularly one big tree right in the path of where these players are going to try to shape this ball. So a chance to go for broke here. Could see a couple eagles here. Using the up tee here. Paul Casey ready to go. Bob?
Well, Rod, they are going to go for it. In fact, all 5 of them will go for it. In fact, Jhonattan Vegas just told me he won't even need a driver here. He's going to use a 3-wood, he said, and probably not even hit it full out. But I think this is going to be playing as a long par 3, Lori.
Yeah, 309 is what Amesy told me. There, to the viewer, there's that dead tree again to the right side of the rough. Then there's a group of trees just to the right of that, and that is their line. So they're going right over the spectators' heads.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We've seen a few people hit it. That one is going right, well right, way right.
I think we'll...
You may have to reteam. Mr. Casey.
17 grand.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say.
Trying to hit a high cut.
If anything.
I hit a high cut.
You did. You did.
Cut.
Well, you could see the fans in the dead tree, and Paul Casey was well right of that. Now I don't know if these fans, Laurie, know that these guys are coming right over their heads.
I'm not sure that, and I'm also, Bob, not sure that the players know that there's much wind down here, as they're not feeling it at the tee, and it's back into them a little bit.
We'll see if Carl Pettersson can get it there. We saw him in the Pro-Am this morning, make a 2 here, and that's on a pretty good line.
Safe.
Sit down.
Short left.
Oh, great shot.
Aye. Too floaty for me to get anywhere.
15 yards short, maybe?
Well, just short left.
10 yards
I
short?
hit it on here earlier, but I was further right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I still think it's straight. Because this morning it was down.
This morning it was just 3 was straight up to the thing.
I had tried. Would bounce.
Yeah, I'm going to go for it. That's right. Yeah, we're not.
Hybrid? Attaboy.
3 iron.
Okay, cut out. Everybody. Driver's too much.
Good job.
And Johnny Vegas has been all excitement, but he hasn't cashed in on any of that, Rod. He's no skins yet, 85,000 in the bank from yesterday. Here comes his shot, and that is on a good line.
Yes.
A very good line.
Oh, that's perfect.
Sit.
Got the line? I'm free next week. Good drive. Thank you.
Landed hole high and released just to the back.
Second hole in a row now. A putt for eagle on the par 4. And this ball is just a little bit right. Got the friendly bounce. I think the Canadian deserves a good bounce every once in a while. He's the home country guy, right, Laurie?
Absolutely.
And last but not least, Lucas Glover, and this is on a good line too.
At least that's what my wife says.
You need to get down.
Honey, wow. Stay around. Well,
you're almost priceless.
Exactly.
That's pretty good.
That thing might be a real 23 years. 23 years. Come on. I'm lucky she's
What a show that was. We'll come back to the TELUS World Skins Long Drive Championship. Eagles could be landing when we come back.
The VRS driver was designed to hit the ball as far as possible. That's why the engineers who designed it focused their efforts on the one part of the club that actually hits the ball.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor, created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers, like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt. And so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate, like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
Always be there for
Tomorrow, still getting it done at 40. AC has passed for over 300 yards in 6 straight.
Touchdown!
Henry Burris and the Ticats have lost 2, but a win in Montreal could tie them with the Owls. Then,
I'm a gunslinger.
Joey Elliott threw for 400-plus yards in just his 3rd CFL start. Now, he faces the league's top defense. The CFL on TSN kicks off tomorrow with the Ticats and Alouettes at 7, followed by Wendy's Friday Night Football. Lions, Bombers at 7:30.
Every day, something unpredictable and outstanding happens in sports. SportsCenter takes you beyond the game with all the news and highlights and the most comprehensive insight and analysis in Canada. Day in, day out, SportsCenter delivers the perspective you need. From our ultimate insiders to the most exciting top 10 moments in sports, our team has you covered. SportsCenter on TSN. Your game lives here.
The TELUS Spectator Village, the TELUS World Skins Game, great place to gather, get some history of this great event. Sponsorship activation zones and signage provided by Aura XM. Canada, England, United States, Sweden, Venezuela. Our 5 players have gathered around the 16th green. Chance for some eagles here, close to the heavenly harbor city.
Halifax, known for its breathtaking coastline and its bustling waterfront boardwalk. A place that celebrates its rich traditions and vibrant cultures. And where the freshest seafood is served up with legendary Nova Scotian hospitality. Choose your own adventure through the many beaches, golf courses, parks, and trails that are all within reach. Immerse yourself in the exciting festivals, events, and nightlife that make Halifax the cultural hub of Atlantic Canada. Whatever your passion, whatever unforgettable experience or thrill you seek, if it's on your list, it's here in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
For more, go to novascotia.com. So, second shots upcoming. Carl Pettersson getting ready. 4 players still in play. Paul Casey in pocket. Let's go to Bob.
Okay, Rod, we've enlisted a new play-by-play man here, a color commentator. Paul Casey is watching here. And what would you say on that shot?
I know Carl's not going to be happy with it. Carl and Lucas have actually got tricky shots. There's a spine that runs through this green that they've got to negotiate. Too far left, the ball's going to trickle down towards the lake. If they leave it too far right, they're going to do exactly what Carl did just there and leave it short right. Lucas has soft hands, though. He's also good at chipping.
Right down at the end of the grip there. That's not bad, a little fast.
I mean, they're both not happy with that. It is what it is. They're going for it because you got Johnny V and Stephen Ames at the back of the green putting for eagles. So, you know, at this point in the game, it's all about trying to chip it in, make eagles, make something happen. You know, although we need the birdies for charity, birdies are not really going to win holes on a drivable par 4.
Does Jhonattan Vegas' distance just stun you, amaze you?
Well, look at the size of him. I mean, he's huge. He's just naturally strong. I mean, the guy is just solid. You wouldn't want to tackle him, wouldn't you? I mean, if he's running at you, you just want to get out of the way. And he transfers all that power beautifully into the golf ball.
Stephen was telling us before he's trying to work on his putting, a little bit of a pop to get acceleration through it.
Oh. Which wasn't bad there. Flag high. He's got a pretty good chance of birdie. He was the only guy at lunch today to actually go out and practice.
Well, I don't know. You guys all ate and he practiced. Is that it?
Well, he was either madly keen and up for it, or slightly crazy, or a little bit of both. We all know Stephen Ames is slightly crazy, I guess. I mean, he works. He's taken a 2-month break after this, but he's a guy that you got to applaud him because he works incredibly hard at his game. He knows a lot about the game of golf. Very generous with all his knowledge.
This is for $50,000 here, Jhonattan Vegas. Do you think he learned a little bit there on Stephen's putt? Not quite the same line, but close.
Close. I think it breaks a little bit more left to right than he thinks. Another display of Johnny Vegas's power.
Well, that was very good. Very close.
I mean, it's a great effort.
Good spin, too. Come on.
What can you say? Hit the middle of the hole, unlucky not to make the 2. Put the pressure on these guys. These guys are going to make it for the... I'm going to go read some putts. Can I go read some putts, Bob?
Please go and do that.
All right, bloke. Johnny Vegas.
Got it, Carl? Can I contribute?
That would have broke some hearts.
To help me? I just... Commentating is useless. I said you have soft hands.
Yeah.
And then
So, can someone match a 3?
Display by Carl and I.
We're
proud of
He
ourselves.
had soft hands,
Right.
and he's quite good at chipping.
Now Carl Pettersson to get a half.
Yes.
Beautiful car.
Jhonattan Vegas has got to start wondering what he has to do to get a skin here.
Cool.
Guys, on this next deck, please stay to the very
Yeah, that was good. It's only a good
So
chip
to
tonight.
finish up for charity.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
Come on, Ames.
Extra $2,000. Going to the IWK Health Center Foundation. Stephen Ames.
Beauty. Must be an easy hole.
A lot of money there for charity. Johnny Vegas, though, this close to carding the eagle. Might have sealed a second straight TELUS Skins Game championship. That is still to be determined. We're heading to the par 3 17th, $75,000 on the line.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. Gonna listen every day. Hang on every word you say. Hey, I'll be your dream come true. Always be there for you. Always be there for you. Always be there for you.
Rubber was a revolution in the core of the golf ball. Rubber was the promise of more distance, more spin, more wins. But rubber was. Because the next revolution is resin.
Saturday, MLS doubleheader action. First, a huge game at Saputo Stadium. Canadian star Dwayne De Rosario looks to keep DC United in the playoff hunt, but Montreal will be looking to make their own impact on the Eastern playoff race. Later, TFC hits the road to battle Houston. The Reds will be testy after the Dynamo marched into BMO Field and won 2-0 in July. Will revenge be in order? Montreal Impact, DC United, Saturday at 4. Houston Dynamo, Toronto FC, Saturday at 8:30. Presented by Kia.
2 holes left here. Should Johnny Vegas, Paul Casey, or Carl Pettersson win this hole outright, they would be the TELUS World Skins Game champion for 2012. It's the 17th hole. It's a par 3. Over 200 yards. Par 3s are nothing for Paul Casey. At least they were nothing when they're shorter. Remember last year, one of our flashbacks, in Banff. Lucas Glover talked about letting him throw the ball. What a toss from Paul Casey. That was spectacular. Paul Casey, ready to fire.
Cool. Thanks, boys.
And Rod, that is appropriate, Paul Casey, on the tee. I don't think he's going to throw one here, Laurie. This is a little bit longer, as well as the fact that he had that separated shoulder earlier. He told me at the Masters this year, he saw me and he says, I won't be throwing any golf balls this year. I'm sorry. Tell everybody. But I'm sure he'd settle for putting this one close.
We got a little downwind.
Did we hit 5 or 6 here?
It's on a pretty good line.
Ah.
7, wasn't it? 7, yeah. I was in between. Thanks, boys.
Good swing.
You know, Carl Pettersson.
Most improved.
Again, Laurie, this breeze with his cut shot, probably not the greatest.
No, he's going to have to start this probably a little bit left of the TV tower and let the wind play with it.
He's got a 6-iron.
Okay.
That's going a little bit too far right.
Yeah, I missed. Yeah, I missed hit it.
Johnny, we got 8.
I think we're a 9 right now.
Johnny Vegas thinking of going after a 9-iron. He just contemplating and trying to read the wind here, I think. 7 in his hands.
6.
Now he's going to go make a switch.
You're going to hit a little draw in there? Hold it up?
Mm-hmm. High fade.
High
Paul.
fade?
Like Paul.
Okay. I got that.
6.
He actually went down to a 6-iron. Let's see what he does. Going to hit a high cut. That's what he said.
Yeah. Wow.
When you're playing in the wind, particularly downwind off the left side, you really have to commit to hitting the ball solid. I don't think either those last 2 shots were all that solid. Sounded a tad turfy, Bob.
Yes. Stephen Ames now 5-iron.
Maybe going with the theory, a little more club and a little smoother swing.
That's looking good. Get up. No, good shot, a little left.
Run that ball.
Kind of went down that wrong end of the saddle there. I think Stephen was hoping to feed it down the other way.
Felt that? Yeah.
I would have thought that it would have fed down to the left side of the green as well.
Draw back into the one.
And Lucas Glover.
Should have hit that 7, huh?
And that might be on the best line of all of them.
Nice shot.
What was that? 7?
So some birdie tries exist on the 17th. $75,000 available. Our Fab 5 for 2012. All 5 swooshed out Nike players. And in the TELUS Village, of course, is a lot of Nike fashion and equipment. Bob Weeks paid a visit.
John Sibley, General Manager of Nike Golf Canada. This is a great event for Nike Golf. You guys have been participating in this for some time now. And what's the importance for you, for Nike Golf, to be involved with the TELUS World Skins?
Well, that's a great question. We've been involved with this event for over 8 years now, and really in a detailed way in the last 2 years. But it's a great way for us to do some hospitality with our best customers, a great way to showcase an event like this to a local community who may not otherwise get an opportunity to see great professional athletes in the setting.
Now, of course, all 5 Nike golfers out here, how important is it for them to interact with the fans, for the fans to get a chance to see them under something less than PGA Tour conditions where they can have a little bit more fun?
You know what, I think it's tremendous. The athletes actually love it. I think it's a fantastic event for them. And I think the local people really enjoy it as well. A great opportunity to see professional athletes up close, hear the banter and hear the dialogue that they have. I think they really enjoy that aspect.
Of course, Nike is involved in so many different sports. How much inspiration do you take from other sports and evolve it into the golf line?
Well, that's the lifeblood of Nike. We can transition technologies from different categories. So dry fit apparel is an example, from tennis into golf. But at the bottom, really at the heart of everything, Bob, is the inspiration comes from athletes. We're a company that's of athletes for athletes, and really our inspiration and innovation is to try to make the athlete experience better.
Great. Thanks, John.
All right, Bob. Thank you.
Our thanks to Nike. And here we are on 17, $75,000 available. But we've got some long putts.
Wow. What? I was just looking at the putt Stevens got.
Holy cow.
Lucas got a pretty decent one, too. Yeah, I think so. Okay. You can leave it in for me.
Okay, Carl Pettersson off the green.
I should have.
Someone should get this skin, this money here. They're going to have to earn it.
Well, Carl Pettersson is off the green, chosen to use a putter, though, Laurie, and
take your time.
Certainly going to be uphill on this one, right?
Yep, uphill and right to left for him. I think he's going to break hard left, too, so got to get it up high enough and then let the rest die.
Sixth hole. I hit a 6, just haven't played.
Oh, come on.
6, draw it on it, draw it in.
I don't think he'll be happy with that effort. It almost looked like he whiffed it a bit there.
No, he probably had 3 feet of fringe to go through, a fringe short fairway, and you really have to have the confidence to hit it hard enough. And these greens are pretty quick.
Is it?
Sometimes the opposite effect.
Now I'm walking in your line, Paul.
Exactly.
Amesy's all over it, too.
Means you're going to make it.
I'm lightweight, Paul.
Steven's going to, if he 2-putts this.
If he 2-putts, it's a miracle.
Now, Stephen Ames has a putt here. Laurie, I'm not sure if this is even possible. Boy, it's a tough one. There's a big spine at the back that he's got to negotiate.
Right, something's buried in the hump of this green. Stephen was about 2 yards from going to the left of that, which would have fed down to the hole with his tee shot. So this is one of those pick a line and hope.
Way up on the hill and now feeding down, not quite enough. That was a really tough one.
What do you mean, go, go, go? Sit down!
Well, you had nothing.
Oh, I had nothing there. I know. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Johnny Vegas next, and he'll go to school a little bit on Carl's putt, Laurie.
Yes, I think he can maybe not have to play quite as much break as Carl did. Again, he should have learned with the speed.
Has a little less of the long grass to negotiate.
Correct.
Sit. Sit.
If I can take a second, Bob, and go back to Stephen's putt. Now, they are playing a skins game, so in this format, there's a little bit more on the line now. If we were playing a stroke play event, it would be about where you were going to leave your next putt. And in Stephen's case, he was left with basically nothing and got it down, so his second putt for par will be uphill.
on Lucas's putt. Also dealing a bit with that spine. Really kicked off that.
Nice hole location.
I know. Three's looking good.
Hi, Paul. Lag it up there.
I like it up.
Didn't know the middle of the green could be the hardest place.
It is the middle of the green.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Hardest place.
Laurie Casey probably has the easiest of the putts here.
Yeah.
But it's still not easy.
No, it's not, because it's going to swing to his left pretty severely. Again, it's speed.
Oh, you didn't ram them. Oh, my word.
And nobody's in the hole just yet.
Good. Yeah, good.
Let's pick it up.
Oh.
Could we do that?
No. Could put it out. Sorry. Oh.
I was trying to make that.
Yeah, I know you were. Why not? Everybody's out of the hole. Go for it.
Taking a good look at this one. This is
tough hole.
Still alive here.
An option.
What a hole, eh?
Not in these.
Not in this, yeah.
6 irons, 7 irons.
So a new round here of putts for par. Carl Pettersson the first.
Should break to his left.
Ah. Man.
Well, there's the first bogey.
Lucas, you got this?
Mine or yours?
Yours.
Okay, all right.
And you're starting to sit here and
I
think,
think you'll
Laurie,
see
that with
No, I
where
don't.
these
I'll just-
balls are and where this
I know
hole
it.
is, that par could win a skin here, which is unheard of with 5 players.
Oh, you're correct there. None of these are gimmies.
Putt.
Thanks.
There you go, there's one.
Thank you. Really?
But LG?
Very nice.
They got those super strong.
Yeah.
Steven now to get his par in half the hole.
Too hard.
And that's him out now. Jhonattan Vegas
Let's take a good look at this.
from above the hole. I guess it pays to pay attention to your ball going past the hole. You can see a little bit of what it's going to do when you're going back.
Yes, that's
One benefit of being long.
right. Correct there. You need to pay attention.
Well, little knee knocker here. Must make.
Hold on.
Rattles it home
Thank you.
for par.
Thanks, Johnny.
Little sigh of relief, Johnny Vegas. So the TELUS World Skins Game for 2012 will come down to the last hole. $100,000.
A cure in my lifetime would mean the world to me. I was 11 years old when I found out I had diabetes. I was really scared. So the 2 questions that I asked my mom were, am I going to die and will I be able to dance again? The BANT app helps you take care of your diabetes. It's great for TELUS to have so much involvement with it. Diabetes isn't this humongous part of you. It's something that you have. It's not who you are.
I'm bound to thank you for it. Na 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 na.
Rubber was a revolution in the core of the golf ball. Rubber was the promise of more distance, more spin, more wins. But rubber was. Because the next revolution is resin.
Tomorrow, still getting it done at 40. AC has passed for over 300 yards in 6 straight.
Touchdown!
Henry Burris and the Ticats have lost 2, but a win in Montreal could tie them with the Owls. Then,
I'm a gunslinger.
Joey Elliott threw for 400-plus yards in just his 3rd CFL start. Now, he faces the league's top defense. The CFL on TSN kicks off tomorrow with the Ticats and Alouettes at 7, followed by Wendy's Friday Night Football. Lions, Bombers at 7:30.
We go to the last, well, maybe even a pitch-off. There is an all-tie here, 18th hole, the home hole at Glen Arbour. $100,000. Win this hole, you're the TELUS World Skins Game champion. Straight ahead hole, but it's 560 yards. While we were away, Lucas Glover off the tee. This is the drive to donate hole, $10 per yard. Going to the charity, and Paul Casey got a great bounce. Look at that, 349 yards. The grand total, almost $30,000. The TELUS drive to donate for 2 days of play. So second shot upcoming. First to play
That's the thing.
will be Canada's Stephen Ames.
What do you mean?
Just in the first cut. Here's Bob.
Yeah.
Stephen had a little tree trouble off the tee. The guys here were talking about the difficulty in getting the line. Stephen aimed at the TV tower. I thought he was aimed at had a good line, but they were a little bit right. Laurie?
He's got 311. He was given relief of line of sight from the TV tower.
That one's sliding right.
Bunker?
Didn't see it finish.
Perfect.
Just short of the bunker, I think.
Yeah, I can't get you. It just hit and stopped right there, didn't it? Yeah.
Jhonattan Vegas next to play has
Not a very good law, my friend.
rough to deal with, way over. To the right side of the fairway. That one out low, and it is going left. That one scattered a few people.
Yeah, I knew the TELUS sign.
Carl
It's right
Peterson
here.
next. Got a fairway wood. And on a good angle to attack.
Didn't even land
This one headed on a very good line to the front of the green. Landed very softly, though. Lucas Glover next with his ball rolled 1 foot into the long rough. Still can you play it with a fairway wood. Came out low, see if he gets any run on it. He rolled it right through. And the longest drive,
Where do you go, Steven?
Paul Casey. Laurie?
On the right.
I've got him at 207. A little bit downhill. I'm not quite sure what that wind's doing. It's kind of playing tricks on them. I was surprised that Carl's ball came up so short.
down.
It's only a 349-yard drive.
Oh, look at our drivers.
Paul's got a 5-iron. And he's out of the primary rough. Might catch a little hopper. He probably wants to fly this to the middle of the green and let it see if it can release back. down off his left.
Bunker?
Into the bunker on the right, on a leaking right.
Thanks, Dave. I didn't see it bounce. I think it's straight in that track.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Bunker. Thank you. You got good eyes.
It is in the bunker. Third shot's upcoming at the TELUS World Skins Game.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor. Created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers. Like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt. And so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate. Like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
The VRS driver was designed to hit the ball as far as possible. That's why the engineers who designed it focused their efforts on the one part of the club that actually hits the ball.
Vancouver Golf Course. Coquitlam, BC is the home of the 2012 Canadian Women's Open. LPGA stars meet in the Lower Mainland hoping to capture one of the marquee events of the season. World number one Yanni Sang leads a strong field chasing defending champion Brittany Lincecum.
To be 13 under. Gorgeous up and down.
CN Canadian Women's Open starts tomorrow at 2 on TSN with rounds 3 and 4 on CBC.
It's about showing your true colors, uniting as one, leading, not following, standing up, giving back, coming together, reaching out, celebrating the love of the game, being a fan. It's about soccer. The MLS is on TSN and TSN2.
The 2012 TELUS World Skins Game is brought to you by TELUS. The future is friendly. And by the new VRS clubs from Nike, our fastest family ever.
Welcome back to Atlantic Canada. Beautiful couple of days. Great host. Glen Arbour Golf Course. Thanks to the volunteers and the organizers, it's been a lot of fun. Stephen Ames now, his third shot on this par 5. Oh, this is a good shot. Nestles in.
I think anyone got stopped quick or
chance for birdie. All right.
Thanks.
Let's catch up with the defending champion, Jhonattan Vegas. Once again, here's Bob.
Well, Johnny's got a little bit of trouble, I think, with the tree. He was looking up. He's not quite sure. There's some branches on the tree. If he wants to kind of loft this up into the air, and get it on a line, he should be okay, I think. But he was certainly given a careful consideration. But I'm certain he's going to try and get it up and let it land soft, Lori.
Yeah, and everything pitches towards that beautiful lake. So he could
Just get a little bit further that way. There you go. Good.
No tree trouble. From where he was, that's pretty good. Carl Pettersson, Lori, how would you play this shot?
I'd probably take maybe an 8-iron and try to play it along the ground. With the fairways being just a tiny bit soft, that's a tough play. He wanted to get that a little closer.
Paul Casey now in the bunker.
I'm sorry? That was a nice
Look
shot.
at how he's going to play this. What do you think, Lori?
Well, it's probably a good thing that he's in the bunker instead of that fescue. Again, it's a difference. You want to thump it out of the sand, which you can do, which will put a lot of spin on the ball. Or you can play the slope, which he would play just out over the front. And he's getting assistance from Steven to see the line.
These guys are having a lot of fun out here.
They certainly are.
Even with $100,000 on the hole.
Very refreshing. Great shot.
Good. Bring the 8-iron.
Shot.
That ball.
In the jungle. Coming out of the jungle.
Out? I was asking you. Yeah, out. Thanks.
Lucas Glover now for the 3.
Giving me the what?
And a lot of money. Coming up and up, Lori, up and over.
Yes, up. It'll break. Well, we'll just watch.
Gotta knock it in because I'm
It's
knocking
pretty
it
good
in.
speed.
Good Paul.
One tile tie
Good Paul.
no play.
Lee,
Is there play?
Lucas, I go.
Where we go?
I'm knocking mine in, so you better knock yours.
125? You know that for sure? Oh yeah, it's right there. Close to the hole?
You're talking like you've made them already.
Oh, sorry. You're talking like you're gonna make yours.
Johnny Vegas behind the green, choosing to little chip.
Shot, Johnny. Shot, John.
For a guy as big and strong as Paul Casey was saying, he does have some touch, doesn't he?
Absolutely, and that's kind of the unusual thing. Usually when you come across a bomber like he is, there can be some compensation in their wedge game. And I don't think we've seen that.
We'll worry about that in a minute.
Yeah, we will.
But I guess it helps when you drive par 4s.
Yeah, really.
Now Carl Pettersson go to school a little bit on Lucas Glover's putt.
Break.
Try, Carl.
No, I know. I know. That's what I told Kevin.
Now Stephen Ames, Lori, for a birdie putt. This is not a gimme by any means.
No, from my angle, Bob, I'm seeing it inside right. think that was a little shove. Okay, I take that back, Bob. I think it's inside left.
Lucas for birdie here. And now Paul Casey can force things to a chip off. If he can drop this one in.
Not much here. Just, do you want to knock it straight in?
Give it a good positive stroke.
Yeah. It'd be a great Sandy. And a good tie. Perfect.
There you go.
Bye, dude.
All right, let's play more. It's pitch off, chip off time. Somebody's got to win this money. $100,000 left. And whoever wins the TELUS World Skins Game.
The VRS driver was designed to hit the ball as far as possible. That's why the engineers who designed it focused their efforts on the one part of the club that actually hits the ball.
Do you dream in chocolate? Taste Lindor, created with passion only by Lind's master chocolatiers, like nothing you've ever experienced. Exquisite Lindt chocolate with an irresistible center. When you break its shell, Lindor's smooth center starts to melt, and so will you. Smooth, flowing, luscious chocolate, like no other. Lindor from Lindt.
Saturday, MLS doubleheader action. First, a huge game at Saputo Stadium. Canadian star Dwayne De Rosario looks to keep DC United in the playoff hunt, but Montreal will be looking to make their own impact on the Eastern playoff race. Later, TFC hits the road to battle Houston. The Reds will be testy after the Dynamo marched into BMO Field and won 2-0 in July. Will revenge be in order? Montreal Impact, DC United, Saturday at 4. Houston Dynamo, Toronto FC, Saturday at 8:30. Presented by Kia.
2 days of play, 18 holes, 5 guys still in play. It comes down to one shot. 125 yards for $100,000 in the TELUS World Skins Game Championship. It's a pitch off. And listen here, Lori Kane. Some maritime chanting going on. There she is, the favorite daughter. Bob Weeks, what's going on?
Yeah, big surprise here, but I think the crowd here in the Maritimes want to see their queen hit a shot, so
Hit it close, Lori.
and I'm going to bet she puts this one really close. she won't win the 100,000, but I guarantee you she'll win the popularity contest here.
No kidding. So let's do it. Laurie Kane has set the precedent.
I told you down, so I can't pay you now. Sorry.
Here it is. 5 guys closest to Paul Casey. The Great Brit is first.
Spin.
It's got a spin. Oh, it does. What a shot. Look at Casey.
56.
Okay.
Shot.
All right, guys. Good luck. Again, we're in a playoff. Closest to the pin wins 100,000. Carl Pettersson.
Oh.
This too is close, but outside Paul Casey. Carl, you are out. In our wedge off. Here's the defending champion from last year in Banff. Great scene here around this 18th green. And Johnny Vegas, you are not going to defend your championship. And then there were 2. The gracious host. And he is gracious, so he is out. Last guy with a chance. Cool hands, Lucas Glover.
Maybe it's Lucas.
Oh, yeah.
Here it comes. No.
I don't know. Does anybody know?
The players don't know officially. They'll measure, but it looks like Paul Casey. All the money for charity. Congratulations to the IWK Health Center Foundation and to TELUS and to these players for putting on a great show for 2 days and raising a lot of money for charity. Not going to require much of a measurement.
Is that official?
It's official.
Well done, Paul.
Paul Casey
That's it. It's done. Well done.
Enjoy it. Thanks, boys.
has won the 2012 TELUS World Skins Game. And it came down to one lucky wedge and a spin
Lucas?
to win.
Well, it's a lot of work to come right down to that one last shot for you, but you made it paid off.
Yeah, I mean, we got some help. Laurie showed us the way. It was tough, but I enjoyed it. The main thing was we had an absolute blast today. TELUS for putting on their skins game need to be applauded, and the money that's going to IWK and it's going to help a bunch of kids is the most important thing. And I didn't finish last.
That's where we started off, wasn't it, on day one when I reminded you of that? But it must feel nice to win. I know it's just it's a fun event and you're raising a lot of money, but it must feel nice to win as well.
It's great. I've just played, for the best golfers in the world, and managed to just pip them at the post, which feels great. No, it's wonderful. We've had an absolute blast. Halifax have been wonderful hosts, and Glen Arbour is a great golf course. We've played on perfect greens the last 2 days, and the people who have come out to support us have made this a really special deal. So, you know, everybody involved, TELUS, Nike, the whole deal. This is a treat to be a part of, and this is why I love playing golf.
All right, well, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
What a classy chap. Jolly good. Paul Casey, $185,000. TELUS World Skins Game champion. The 20th anniversary of this great summertime event. 5 great guys. Great times in the Maritimes. Put on a show from all over the planet for 2 days. They take in some Canadian hospitality, not to mention some good lobster. A lot of fun as always. So for Laurie Kane and Bob Weeks, this is Rod Black. Paul Casey with one of those shots that they like to call a cracker. Wedges in tight to take home the championship. So long, everyone, from Glen Arbour. So long from the 2012 TELUS World Skins Game.
You're looking more like your old self, Charlie. I bet.
If you're sticking around, it's usually for a reason.
Why isn't he waking up?
You're on the verge of saying it. Why won't you wake up?
Because I don't want to wake up! CTV Saving Hope, tomorrow at 9/8 Central. The 2012 U.S. Open starts Monday at 1 on TSN. You're watching TSN, Canada's sports leader, a division of Bell Media. This is SportsCenter.
Stuck in their worst funk of the season, the Blue Jays turn to Aaron Laffey in Detroit to try and get back in the win column. A haul of a deal. The Oilers secure a key piece of their future, locking up Taylor Hall long term. And day 6 of the Craft Celebration Tour lands in Bathurst, New Brunswick, where Jay and Dan test the forces of gravity.
Oh, go on the slide.